Welcome back, guys. I wanted to do this video and show you what I consider my Holy Grail. That's good stuff. So, let me give you a little back history, and then we'll jump in. So bear with me. Story time with John. I've went through over the last, over the last 26 years, I've went through a lot of handguns. Now, I'm a big proponent of keeping my handgun the same across the spectrum as far as brand and models. I generally don't like to cross over and have multiple different ones. I'm not a collector. I'm a user. And I like to have them all the same, so the operation's the same, so no matter which one I grab, when I pick it up, my brain knows how to run it, regardless of if it's a full-size, compact, mid-size, whatever. Excuse me. Whatever. That's a sign. So I went through phases where I've had nothing but SIGs. Of course, this is back in the day. I had nothing but 1911s, had nothing but H&Ks, nothing but Glocks, and I've bounced back and forth a couple of times. But probably, I would say, probably about 18 years ago, probably around 2001, well, maybe 2002. 2002. Let's say 16 to be safe. About 16 years ago, I finally settled on Glocks as my handgun choice. Now, I had went through phases before where I had Glocks and then got out and then went back. But I settled on Glocks because of all the handguns I've owned. Again, SIGs, H&Ks, 1911s, and even a couple other miscellaneous ones thrown in. Glocks have always worked for me. They have always been more accurate than I am humanly capable of taking advantage of. They're stupid reliable. Magazines and parts are plentiful and easy to get and don't break the bank. And I've always just liked the simplicity of the gun, in that I load it, pick it up, point it at the target, pull the trigger. When it doesn't go bang, I reload it, and then I pull the trigger some more. That's it. There's nothing else to manipulate with. Let me throw a caveat in there. I did go through a phase where I owned nothing but Smith & Wesson M&Ps. I would have to say the M&P series is probably my second favorite handgun series. I really like the M&Ps a lot. They're great guns. Just for me personally, Glock has always been just a little bit more of what just kind of worked more naturally for me. And maybe the difference in the grip angle, I don't know. If you had to hand me an M&P right now and say, we're going into a gunfight, this is all I got to give you, wouldn't think twice about it. That said, Glock is king for me. Again, that's me. So my wife got hooked on Glocks years ago as well, whenever we got married. In my circle of friends, Glock's kind of king. A couple other little different ones here and there, but Glock for the most part. I'm rambling for a reason, bear with me. So my favorite Glocks over the years has been the Glock 19 and then additionally the Glock 19. The Glock 19 has always been the right size for me for a carry gun, though, although I can conceal and carry and have concealed and carried here in Florida in the summertime a Glock 21, a Glock 17, and a Glock 34. I've carried all of them with zero problems, okay? I don't understand why people have a problem concealing those guns. They complain about them being too big. I've never had a problem. Each to his own, your mileage may vary, etc. But the 19 is what I settled on because it was big enough to give me a full-size feeling gun to carry, but compact enough to be just a little less weight, a little less bulk. It just kind of did it all for me. My wife really liked the Glock 19. The problem we ran into over the years for her was with her hand and wrist issues, which we've touched on in past videos. Loading the magazines and manipulating the slide was a bit of a challenge for her. When Glock came out with the Model 42, she fell in love with it the first time she shot it. She can manipulate it, she can load mags, she can handle it. It was a great gun for her for carry. And just use in general. So she picked up one of those, and that's kind of overshadowed everything else for her. Well, I recently let her try another handgun that's also a 380 like the 42 that she fell in love with, and we picked up one. I'll do a separate video on that because this one's about me. That meant that her Glock 19 was kind of sitting there on the shelf doing nothing. At the same time, we got her set up with her Palmetto State Army 9mm AR pistol. And that was the perfect long gun solution for her, as long as that little short gun can be. So her old Beretta Storm that we had, that and the Glock 19 went on the chopping block. Long story short, we picked her up, another handgun, again, separate video. But I was finally able to get my Holy Grail that I've been wanting ever since it first came out. And that is my Glock 19X. Now, this is apparently a hotly contested handgun. I got to shoot one of the early release models that a friend of mine got and was doing a actual review article on. I got to go shoot it with him when he was testing it, and I immediately fell in love with it. It's got everything about the Glock 19 that I love and everything about the Glock 17 that I love, all combined into one package that for me was just that zen moment where the angels were singing, and it was like Han Solo's blaster where you just don't miss. So I've been wanting one for over a year. The stars aligned. We were able to sell those two guns of my wife's. She got her other new handgun, and I got mine. The nice thing about this for me is it lets me use this gun in all my existing Glock 19 holsters that I have for my regular Glock 19, but it gives me the larger grip and bigger magazine capacity that I like about it, and all the control features that I like. Some people don't like this gun. I don't know why. If you don't, hey, again, each to his own. In case those of you that lived under a rock and aren't familiar, the 19X is the civilian open market version of the gun that Glock submitted to the Army for their handgun trials that SIG ultimately won. It's basically a 19 link slide with a 17 link frame, which I love because it makes the gun that much more controllable, and I could already control a 19 really good. This just makes it better. It comes with a standard 17 round mag as well as and I'm dropping the crop. 2 19-round mags. It's the 17 with the +2 on it from the factory. So this gives me a gun that I can still conceal, or if I'm up at the property and want something I can open, carry with a 19-round magazine in it, if I'm out on the tractor working or whatever, I've got 20 rounds in the gun right here. Now, I've always got reloads handy, but even without a reload, I still got 20 rounds I like. If the zombie apocalypse ever happens, this is my gun. I like having extra rounds. I like the controllability. So, you might think I'm rambling. Sorry, not sorry. I think Glock hit it out of the park with this gun. I really do. This is almost borderline fanboyism for me, because when you pick up a handgun and you've previously had one that just fit, right? I mean, it was just there. When you picked it up, boom, it was on. I've had that. That's what my 19s do for me. When I picked this one up and then shot it, it was that and then something. Like the mythological Glock magic just zenned with me. So yeah, no real point to this other than to say this is my baby. I absolutely love this gun. I will bring you guys a follow-up video. I've shot it quite a bit already. Just wasn't where I could have time to do video on it. When I do that, I'll break down and maybe get into the technical side of it a little more, though there's tons of videos out there where you can go get all the technical specs on it. I'm just telling you that why I like it and why it works for me. Not a whole lot that I can say other than that. So if you're looking for an end-of-the-world handgun and you're a Glock fan, before you dismiss it, go give the 19X a try, or its other brother, the Glock 45. Glock 45's same gun, other than it's got front slide serrations, and it doesn't have the lanyard attachment, and it doesn't have this little piece right here on the front of the grip on the bottom of the frame. Other than that, 45 is the same gun. To me, this gun just makes a lot of sense. I can conceal it just fine. It makes my life between this and my Glock 19, my handgun world is covered. The only other thing I would like to have would be to get another Glock 17 or a Glock 34, because I miss both of those guns. I don't really have a, well, you guys know how I feel about the word need. I don't have a need for them, I have a want. I want one of them just because I like shooting them and they're great guns. Don't know that I'll ever end up spending the money on one again, just because for me, again, it's not, I would use it if I had it, but it's not high on my list right now to go spend the money on. I'd rather spend the same money on more mags and ammo for this than my other Glock 19. Does that make sense? So yeah, my M&P 11 brothers, y'all rock on with those, but I am here with my Glock and I am happy. It's a happy day. Happy, happy day. I didn't ever think I'd get this gun, guys. That's why I'm rambling so much about it, because didn't have the money and couldn't justify selling anything I had, but the stars kind of all aligned with some of my wife's stuff, and there you go. So that is my everyday crap hit the fan and my end of the world crap hit the fan gun all wrapped into one. I would encourage you to go check it out if you're already a Glock 19 fan. Give that one a look-see. Before you listen to all the naysayers out there about the grip length, there's some rhyme and reason behind the madness. Glock knew what they were doing, and I think it's safe to say they knew what they were doing by the fact that they're selling these just as fast as they can possibly make them. All right, I've bored you enough. Hopefully not, but there you go. Take care, guys. Get out there and practice. Get out there and train. Use your Glock. Glocks are made to be used. And I'll bring you a follow-up range video on this one soon. So stay safe, guys. Take care. We'll see you later.